Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons. You know what this is. Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Yeah, we got some stuff, some news for you, news rundown, and a few good things that you'll be interested in. Just stay with me, hang with your bro, and we'll get in. Alrighty? Are you ready? Let's get it. Alrighty then. So first we can jump in the news and deal with what I came across back in the Brics nations realm of things. Yeah, stuff is still popping off, things are still happening, and we gotta really remember that this brick stuff is serious. It's not nothing. It's not no games. Even though the games are being played, and we know powers that be and whoever is doing it and all the stuff that's been going on for many years, hundreds of years. But right now we're at that cusp of this reset and this change and this new world order stuff that's going on. I'm one person. I was just say real quick, you know, I have my faith that gives me the understanding on that scale of things. It's just much higher scale of things. It goes over mankind's understanding of, I want to say many of mankind. Those who are, especially those who do not have the faith or connection with the creator or the one God or the monotheistic understanding and concept of God, as we know as Muslims, of course, and also the Jews and the Christians and so forth like that, right? And other faiths, they got a little bit of monotheism mixed with some of what they are into. But anyway, a lot of that has been, and I'm going to get into that in my other channel, Brother Talib Show, going into the rabbit hole. But everything has been planned, and I always say all part of the plan anyway in a lot of my videos. But, basically what's going on with the Brics and all this different transfers of how, power, the transfer of power with wealth, especially economy and economical infrastructure being transferred out as far as the power that be to the powers that will be, is something. But just to get into it, in the news, China promises bilateral cooperation with South Africa, right? And basically, it's some real stuff. But let me put my glasses on so I can read it a little better for you. Some of it, I will read some of it. I'm not going to really probably do a lot because of the time. It says, I can't read the name, Telasila Barkova, intern of the Russian National Committee on Brics Research, a special for info Brics. So this is, of course, a Brics special news report. China and the South and South Africa has long-standing relationship that dates back to the era of the anti-apartheid struggle. This relationship is characterized by strong solidarity between the two countries as they work to promote their shared interests and values over the years. Over the years, China has become one of South Africa's key trading partners and a major investor in the country's economy. The relationship between the two economies dates back to the early 1900s, when a small community of Chinese immigrants settled in the country. During the apartheid era, China supported the anti-apartheid struggle and provided assistance to the African National Congress, ANC, and its efforts to overthrow the apartheid regime. Following the democratic transition in South Africa, the two countries established diplomatic relations in 1998. If I'm saying it, I think it's 1995, I think. And her relationship has grown significantly since that time. Okay. So then it goes on and it talks a little bit more about what's going on with the Chinese, unions of their companies, their cooperations. So I'll read a little bit of that too. In 2010, China and South Africa established a strategic partnership with the aim of strengthening their cooperation in various fields, including trade. Okay, yeah, including trade, investments, science and technology, education, and culture. The partnerships have been further reinforced by the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation (FOCAC), which was established in 2000 to promote cooperation between China and African countries. Through FOCAC, China has provided significant financial support to African countries. So it kind of like siphoned out from there into other African countries, including South Africa. Through grants, loans, and infrastructure projects, these investments have helped to support South Africa's development agenda, particularly in the areas of energy, transportation, and telecommunications. Okay, so we'll leave it at that because of the time, and basically to expound on it, they get into more dealing of what they have established themselves up to this point and being with Brics, and then Brics, making it even more prevalent, their bond and how they've grown to be even stronger together and push forth in the efforts of what they're doing to be more independent from the hegemony of Western powers, and especially America, because of the dollar, right? And we know about the de-dollarization and all that stuff, and pushing for those efforts to go forth, not necessarily to de-dollarize the whole world, but to de-dollarize themselves from being dependent upon usage of the dollar as a reserved currency, global reserve currency, right? So we know of that. So I'll go into the next news because it's a lot there. And you guys also, I'll give you the source. The source is Info Brics, so you can go and check it out yourself. Do your own due diligence, as we always say. Most of us content creators that know that research is a job, and it's time consuming. So it's something that it brings benefit. So it'll benefit you more than just listening to me or listening to any other content creator and just taking from us. When you go into it yourself, then it's just like reading a book. Once you hear from the book of what the person's talking about, now you're really eager to read it. So go ahead and do that. Okay. So we're that's pretty much what it is on that end. Sorry. If you heard any echoing in the first part, I apologize for that, because sometimes my audio be out of whack when I first start the video, especially if I don't, adjust the volumes properly, So here, Brics Brazil. Brics strengthens its position in Latin America, and we know about that. Brazil has increasingly become involved in the structures and institutions of the international organization known as Brics. The recent visit of the president of Latin America's largest country to China, coupled with a number of important statements on the most pressing international political and economical issues, gives a clear indication of the country's development vector for the coming decades. So the arrival of President Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva in the People's Republic of China was another important stop of the Brazilian leader in reshaping the foreign policy of his predecessors, and like the visits to Buenos Aires and Montevideo, I think it is, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, demonstrated Brazil's desire to join the ranks of influential world powers. Okay, so these people are making moves, man, and Brics is continuously making moves. According to the Brazil, and I'm skipping a little bit down. According to the Brazilian leader, Brics and its bodies could replace Western financial institutions as development facilities for the poorest countries, helping them to achieve a new stage of development and overcome crisis. Okay, they're making power moves because they're trying to become banks. They're trying to become financial institutions to provide for people that haven't been able to receive these provisions, because the West, the way that they go about it is bias, is racist, and the biasness is on who they choose to want to give and who they feel they're going to make money from off of more better than just a regular Mo that lives in the villages, and they're unbanked, and these people don't have not even a bank account. So they forget about them, leave them to their poverty, and leave the children to the poverty. They don't care, and hope that they die off probably too. And we got Bill Gates that come along with his ex-wife, and do their works, eugenics, right? And, I'm not laughing at it, but it's just a laugh of the irony of how these people have been so neglectful of the other human people on this earth, on this planet, which is sad. So, but Brics, they show a prospect. They show a good prospect, and we hope that they're going to be right, and we should hope things are shifting that way, and we hope that there can be some better you know life for mankind on this earth throughout these different countries that they established that which within those areas and regions of the world, and that it also leaks out into the rest, and that people are trying to do the same thing, and we're not just dealing with these people who just don't care about human life. They care about only their money. They care about their bank accounts, their livelihood of how they live, their life, and their children and their family. That's it. Or maybe their people by race or color. And we're tired of that. Mankind as a whole, I think, is really fully tired of this. You know, I hope so. So then you can also look this up as KBC Co. I think I can't remember, can't pretty much see exactly what it is, but you can look that up there. And then the last one is from Saudi Arabia could aid BRICS de-dollarization initiative. Here's how. And you get into therefore like countries like China, Iran, and Russia, among many others, and I'm just skipping, need to move away from the dollar so that the U.S. cannot use it as a weapon against them. So this is a regular narrative that's been going on, and the talks, and even the people who have been talking against BRICS and so forth, especially Americans that are more patriotic and so forth. And I understand that I'm not a I can't say I'm a patriot because I don't even have I'll go if I go deep into the rabbit hole. I don't even have true citizenship. I'm not even like my citizenship. It doesn't even matter according to, certain people. Not to get too deep into the rabbit hole and bring them out. But the point is that you know I do acknowledge me of being an American, and I acknowledge the country that I live in, and the land is beautiful, and growing up here, I had good times and I had bad times, but I'm not happy with the way that the people who run this country, and that's all I'm going to basically be, and always going to be until things change, and the people who run this country and the people who are above them that influence these people to run the country the way they do is who I'm totally against their way. I'm totally against it. So, and whether it be here, especially in America. So people who talk with ignorance and they talk against and say, well, BRICS is not going to do this and BRICS is not able to do this and they're not going to be able to, you're afraid and you're in denial because the shift is going on and it's going to happen. Now, how it's going to happen is not going to be necessary to say, okay, America is not going to exist anymore as a country and rich and wealthy as it is. It's just going to change here. And it's going to be more of a dependency type of way. And Constitution is not going to even be probably mattering in certain aspects of people's rights on that level. We already learned that after 9/11, and they took away, your privacy rights in a sense, and how we have security on us every day, every minute. You know what I mean? Even in outs what we saying, what I'm saying, I got to be careful what I say, and other people, you get taken off, social media, it's crazy. So anyway, to go on. Enough of that, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, and real quick, and then MoneyGram is doing their thing. MoneyGram had just recently, just to let you guys know, has, and I'm gonna actually let me close this out. Close this out for you guys, and I'll go to the MoneyGram thing and show you right here. Look at this. Cryptocurrency with MoneyGram. It's a new excuse me, sorry. It's a new why is that popping up? Oh, I'm sorry. I know what I gotta do. Yeah, sometimes you get this stuff gets quirky. This technology here. That's why human beings or technology can never really surpass human intellect, human knowledge, even though there are people who think that way with AI. I'm not into that. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so as it says, MoneyGram. What are we going to just read it a little bit? It says buy and sell cryptocurrency with MoneyGram, right? And they have a new feature in their app that you can use to buy and sell these cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, Chainlink, Polygon, Matic, okay, Dogecoin, Stellar Luminous, XLM. You know what else? Hopefully, but I don't know if it's going to be there now. It may be there later, but eventually XRP. Once the case is over, I would say that then regulation clarity, regulatory clarity would be with at least with XRP and Ripple, so forth like that. Hopefully. And then it says it's reliable and all that. Like they show you right there. You see the different icons of the different cryptos. So man, looking into it yourself, get the app. I would get the app because MoneyGram is cool. It's convenient. If you have to send money out, for those of you, especially you got family out of the country, and you want to send money, MoneyGram is pretty good. Besides, the other wiring system, which is the one that we've known for years. Man, I can't remember the name, but you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. So anyway, and that should be it. But also, I want to go back to you and give you a little quick rundown of and a shout out to my man Joe Shmoe and his show, right? Because he had some good points.
I'm gonna segue over to.
Hold on for a second.
Man, I love Texas when I'm not working. Yo.
Hold on.
God, guys, I put a post the other day.
Let me see if I can get to it.
Full disclosure, got to be honest. Let me just, what's kind of the world and leads the way for other jurisdictions. To disclosure, I'm not a.
Or, massage therapy, because you find a really good therapist, magic really happens. I hate that.
Yo, by the way, everybody is here that just joined us. Say it again.
Yeah.
I won't say it again.
This is it.
Maybe I will, because I'm hyped. So the morning show with Joe Shmoe and gang is going to be on radio.
Radio.
On the radio show. They like the show, and they're like, yo, we want you on the radio show. It's a crypto-based radio show. It's going to be fucking awesome, and we're going to fill in the morning slot. So, yeah, that's happening.
But basically, you're leaving us high and dry over here. Is that what I'm hearing, Joe?
No. We're going to be doing the same thing. They said we don't have to switch nothing up. We don't have to switch nothing. We can run the show the way we're running it on Twitter right now. They'll just be streaming it through the radio. Nothing different.
All right.
Because everybody loves Dominican show.
All right. So, shout outs to Joe Shmoe and congratulations to you guys, the crew, Joe Schmoe's crew. You got Greg, you got Baggins and pops in as well. We used to have Future's still with him, still with us and so forth. We all still try to go in and support my man Joe. So you guys, try to get in on his show, the morning show with Joe and the gang. And that's the true one. That's the true show. Not this other copycat or whoever he is. I ain't going to try to put him down. I don't really know what he's about. But, people got to try to do something more with their own, be unique, do your own thing, not really copycat people like that. It's one thing if you take people's videos and you give them props and shout outs and so forth. And you allow their video to play and you do clips, that's different. But when you're taking a whole name and like you know, like somebody's type of title, you know, on their space, that's crazy. You know, I don't get down with that, and I'm sure Joe doesn't either. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, man, and all of you guys. Until next time, stay with your bro. You know, don't forget to subscribe. You know what I mean? Click that like button when you come on out. You know, that helps the algorithm and everything go through, flow, so we can get more videos out and I can be able to do more for you guys as well. Because when I bring my information, this is the work that I do. I'm doing this for y'all. I mean, you know, it's not really for me, because if it's for me, then I don't need to show it. I don't need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys to support, you know, those who do support me. And if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe so you can get more videos to come in the future. And I appreciate you all. Again, thank you for listening. Until next time, this is your bro, Crypto B-Boy, coming at you. I'm out. Peace.